Hello and welcome to Pearl Magazine. In the old days, before elevators became common in residential buildings, the stairs were the only way to get up or down a building. The space beneath stairways was prime retail property. Magazines and newspapers would be sold here, and shoe and watch repair services would set up shop in this valuable bit of space that saw lots of daily foot traffic. But as urban renewal takes place, many of these old buildings are giving way to the modern high-rise where stairs are out of sight. These small retailers have become rare and are on the verge of extinction.
Property prices in Hong Kong are extremely high. To make the most of space, people seek business opportunities, even in some tiny places, under staircases.
The demand for shops in Hong Kong is huge. Don't underestimate tiny shops under staircases. You can put a lot of things here if they're neatly arranged.
The space in these staircase shops is just a few dozen square feet. Hong Kongers try to make ends meet.
I can't stand up straight. I have to bend down to adjust my height to fit in. Who doesn't want to live in a bigger place? No one wants to be here.
Many staircase shops are located in old districts, and they're rapidly disappearing due to urban redevelopment.
This is where we started. I can give up anything but this shop. I prefer to keep it rather than accepting $1 million as compensation.
This staircase shop in Hung Hom sells hand-carved mahjong sets. May and her husband operate the shop together.
This year, we've never closed for a day. We open on all holidays and birthdays. We can finish the orders on time. He doesn't want me to say this, my husband.
May's father was a master mahjong hand craftsman. He used to have a job in Central, but thought that it was hard to get ahead, so he started his own business. In 1962, May's father bought this shop under some stairs. The 60-square-foot shop became the home for his family of 6.
It's small, but it has everything we need. When we were young, we had 4 beds here. Everyone hid inside. When it was cold, if it was hot, we would stay outside.
Later on, May's father hoped his children would take over the family business. Of the 4 siblings, only May was willing to learn the craft. Hand-carved mahjong sets were listed as one of Hong Kong's intangible cultural heritage in 2014. However, more and more carvers have left the trade. May is the only female carving master.
A sunset industry, I have to say. Sunset is magnificent, but there's not much time left for me.
May's husband, Keung, was originally a carpenter. After retiring, he helped in the shop. After May finishes carving a mahjong piece, she hands it over to her husband for coloring.
This is not hard work, it's just time-consuming. Working here makes me feel less lonely or bored.
In the heyday of the trade, her family had 2 more shops in the same district. They closed the other shops, but May wants to keep the last one open.
This is where we started. I can give up anything but this shop. This is the first and last one. As long as I'm alive, I will keep things the way they have always been. I don't want to throw it away.
May's shop is well known in the Hong Hom neighborhood where it's been in business for half a century. It's witnessed the changes in the community. Originally, there were 7 shops under staircases on this street, but they closed one after another due to urban renewal. Only 2 are still open, May's mahjong shop and the other one belongs to May's friend, Chow, who sells eyewear.
冇30都40啦，好似10年8年嘅啫，唔好講到我哋咁老先得㗎，咁鬼老。我哋見識佢爸爸媽媽，咁我哋大家都識㗎啦，雙方家長都識㗎，爭在未成親嘅啫。即係我哋由細到大都喺個鋪頭大㗎啦，根本好似日日翻嚟就係等於屋企咁。即係我哋唔同話人哋特登又話翻去咁樣，而係我哋日日都根本喺呢度啊！我哋唔會覺得我哋有咩承接啊或者咩嘢嘢。好㗎，總之就係翻屋企啊咁咯，係啦。
Like May, Chow is also the second-generation owner of a shop under a staircase. They share many memories. They both have to deal with the reality of redevelopment. May says she'll retire if she can't keep the shop, while Chow thinks differently. She says she'll continue the family business in another way.
你或者可以又試下自己開個 page。
I'll start an online page. I have to keep the family business no matter what I do.
守住你嘅家業，再睇下點樣去爆發。
Before, my family spent a lot of effort to keep the store running.
而家新一代嘅人，
Now I have to find a way to do it. Now it's my turn.
Old wooden buildings used to go straight up, all the way. But in the new post-war buildings, 2 units were built on the same floor and shared a single staircase, like this kind of staircase. It created room for shops underneath the stairs.
The design of tenement housing was changed in 1935. It said the stairs of the tenement building should be close to the wall and with additional windows. So designers came up with a new design. When people entered the building, the first thing they saw would be a staircase. The flats were all located upstairs, and staircase shops emerged from the tiny space left underneath. An owner could rent out the space at a low price, attracting many small businesses.
The shops are generally very narrow. I believe that most of the tenants were small business owners, like shoe sellers, because shoes don't occupy a lot of space. There are also other shops selling clocks or repairing watches.
Chung Po-hung lives in the commercial district of Central and Western. Not many shops here make key copies. It took him quite some effort to find this one. 70-year-old Uncle Wong has been running his staircase shop for 10 years. Apart from duplicating keys, he also repairs shoes. Although the place is small, he makes good use of every inch of space.
This is my shoe repair machine. This, under the stairs, is the electric box. You see, it's so narrow, I can't get in here if I gain some weight. Here is the bottom of the stairs. I work here with this machine, making keys copies. You see, my head would hit the ceiling if I was a little higher. My body just fits. Every inch is used to store things. The old building has some room for storage, so I can keep my keys and blanks. The space won't change. You have to adjust yourself to fit in. This is called survival of the fittest.
Uncle Wong can't go out for lunch while he manages the shop. Every day, his wife brings him lunch, and they eat together.
She can't eat too much. Too much fat has an impact on your health. I can't eat too much either. If I gain weight, how am I going to work under the stairs?
Uncle Wong says everyone wants to have a big shop. However, he has only a small business and a limited budget. The staircase shop is the only option he can afford. Although the work is hard, Wong, the breadwinner of the family, can support his family of 4.
It's very hot as we eat, so it's a bit sweaty. It's no joke.
I cook at night. I prepare dishes he likes. He likes it.
Hello. 配鎖匙係咪？係配鎖匙得，嚟。你慢慢啦，我行過先。得唔緊要。我想問幾錢啊？我食下咧就要抌低個飯碗，有陣時啊。
I always have to put down my meal to help a customer. Summer is okay, but the food gets cold in winter. I'd rather skip a meal and do business first so I can make more money.
收入咪多啲咯。
Operating the shop allows Uncle Wong to support his wife and children. He also finds comfort here. The height of his ambition is to continue the business under the staircase.
咁我日常嘅工作其實咧，我好開心。
I'm happy with my work. I enjoy it, even though I have a lot of work to do every day, and some jobs are challenging.
好多嘢俾我做咧，我覺得係對我嚟講係個挑戰嚟嘅啫。
I just hope that the owner will continue renting this place to me at a reasonable price, and the building won't be pulled down.
好差。
After the break, the struggle to stay in business and keep a unique part of Hong Kong culture alive. Stay with us. Welcome back to Pearl Magazine. Setting up shop under a staircase is the only alternative for some people wanting to start a small business. And despite the cheap rent, survival for these shop owners hasn't been easy. We follow the story of a retailer struggling to make his stairwell shop successful.
Last April, 60-year-old Kin Hung started selling multi-purpose brushes made from the roots of the pandanus plant at his shop under a staircase in Tai Po.
I went to Tung Ping Chau in September 2019. I took half of the dead branches back and used them to wash pots. The effect was very good, so I thought maybe I could try selling them because I have nothing to do anyway.
Kin Hung was originally a decorator. Last year, he lost his job after the company laid him off. He made his multi-purpose brushes on a whim and tried to sell them in different locations. Without a fixed store, he found it hard to attract customers. Then he found this shop under a staircase.
The owner says there is no contract for this shop. We have to trust each other. Maybe because it's a staircase shop, the renting procedures are not complicated. Especially these days, this sort of trust is unbelievable.
The area in his staircase shop is less than 100 square feet. It took Kin Hung quite some time to work out how to fit all his stuff inside.
Although the place is small and it seems I don't have many things, in fact, they occupy a lot of space. Some of them have to be hung on the wall. I moved in just a year ago, but I've already renovated the place twice. You know, the space is limited. It's impossible to put all my things in here.
In addition to finding storage for the goods, Kin Hung thinks the shop is so small that many people don't even notice it. The layout has to be surprisingly good to attract people's attention.
I have this easy-to-open shelf to hold my brushes. I also have a platform to make brushes on site. These are all designed to attract more attention.
The shop is located on Kwangfuk Road. There are a number of other staircase shops here. Although the rent is cheap, he thinks it's not easy to make money. The previous tenant hadn't been very active. Even though Kin Hung's shop has been operating for more than a year, he's still afraid that it would fail. So he didn't even buy a signboard for the shop.
You need to pay for a signboard. It can't just be a normal one. It has to be good. I didn't think about it. I don't know how long it'll last.
Hello, 早晨啊。
The eco-friendly brushes are handmade. From time to time, he has to visit the countryside to find raw materials. On this day, he's in Sha Tao Kok.
This is pandanus. It grows in fertile soil. It's really not easy. It's difficult. You know, it's going to be hard if you want something.
Kin Hung knows that he is not young, and the shop won't be available to rent forever. But he's not rushing things. He hopes to use the staircase shop as a stepping stone. And step by step, he'll have more business opportunities in the future.
It's a good chance. At least I found something I like. The shop is not going to make me a fortune for sure, given its size. But interest comes first. It underpins everything. Here we are at the Saikong Waterfront Market. Today I came here for the first time to set up a stall and look for business.
For many owners of staircase shops, the reason why they want to keep the shop is that they have a family business. However, for Kin Hung, the shop is only a stepping stone. With his working experience, he hopes that he can go further.
A bit like testing the waters. It's a punt. I'm already 60. I don't know how long I'm going to work, but I'll do as much as possible.
Even though Kin Hung has been open for just over a year, he appreciates the historical significance of these special spaces beneath stairs. Many staircase shops have disappeared due to urban renewal. Kin Hung hopes shopkeepers can continue their business in other locations.
I really hope that staircase shops can stay, especially those that have been operating for decades. We have the responsibility to preserve our long-standing traditional culture, so the younger generation will know that we used to have these handicrafts and craftsmanship.
There are no official statistics on the number of shops under staircases. Some are still visible at the bottom of the stairs in old buildings. They have not been affected by urban renewal for the time being and can continue to survive. However, many of these shops have been buried by urban redevelopment. Aoyung Kun Tong works for an organization that provides urban renewal services for neighborhoods. The organization held an online exhibition this year to rekindle people's memories. Part of the exhibition was an exhibit of a shop under a staircase that closed last year. It was closed because of redevelopment in To Kwa Wan.
It was a very old shop opened for over 50 years until last year. They only received compensation and closed it. This sort of shop is a part of our district. I believe many residents from this old district knew it. This is something they are familiar with, and it will arouse many memories.
As the urban area undergoes reconstruction, old shops will inevitably disappear sooner or later. On this day, Aoyung Kun Tung and his colleague came to the To Kwa Wan redevelopment area to visit some old staircase shops. He hopes the friendship and relationships in the community can be maintained after redevelopment, because these shops used to be places where residents could meet up and make friends.
We are happy to see a new building, but we also want to see old neighbors reunite. It'll be a challenge to maintain those connections, though.
The development of the city never stops. Staircase shops used to be a place to connect neighbors in the past. Now, many of the shops are gone, but will the memories remain in the neighborhood?
Our society keeps changing. We have many things beyond our control. Everything will have an end.
New eras always destroy history. The old stuff will disappear. It's normal, just like when people die, right? When that day comes, the only thing we can do is say goodbye happily.
Say goodbye.
That's Pearl Magazine for this week. Next week, the challenge of turning almost anything into something useful. And are ethnic minority children in need of speech therapy getting any help at all? See you then. Good night.